Welcome one and all to the first session of our 40k Rogue Trader tabletop campaign for a Fistful of Thrones. Our cast, in the beginning, our three main characters are going to be Karen, our arch-militant, Iskander, our Lord Captain, and Ramirez Vasquez, our ever-so-trustworthy astropath transcendent, who has two last names. Because why not? It's the year 40,000. We can do that.
Don't judge him.
You know, it's kind of hard to see what I write, so I just kind of picked the first two names I saw.
Fair enough. Now then. Iskander Nikos has recently come into the warrant of trade for his family. It was initially won by his cousin Telemachus for the defense of the Shrine World of Arnor. Telemachus and the rest of his close family shortly thereafter was brutally assassinated, leaving Iskander as the next living relative to attain the warrant. No one is quite sure of what happened or who did it, but hey.
But I have a 99% certainty that I know who did it, and I'm going to murder the fuck out of him.
Well...
That being said, I could be wrong.
At any rate, along with the warrant of trade for Telemachus' family, came the rights to a particular world in the Cronus Expanse, recently ripped from the hands of a previous rogue trader who had an interest in it, but owed the ecclesiarchy a favor. It's a bitch, ain't it? So, with the world of Yamakor currently in the hands of the Nikos dynasty, and the Winterscale dynasty still being a little bit miffed about that, we start our tale. You've just arrived over the planet of Yamakor Primaris, within the system of the same name. The information the ecclesiarchy gave you on the planet stated that it was likely to be rich in mineral wealth, and so you've arrived. Your hold is full of survey teams and minor digging equipment, so that you can collect a sample and return to Port Wander to secure a trade route for it, so that you can turn this dry, dusty, yellow rock into something profitable. You are currently aboard. You are currently on the bridge of your Cobra class destroyer, the Shield of Arnor, and we begin.
Yes, I'm just kind of sitting and I imagine listening out for any sort of messages, as that's my job, being a living phone.
I'm sitting in my captain's chair like a baller, waiting to get news of something happening.
Well, you've received news. You've arrived.
Good.
The world below is a dry, dusty, yellow rock.
Just like
exploitation.
Down there with the just down there with the survey teams nearby the shuttle, just waiting for our rogue trader to show up.
As I head down to the hangar bay.
Your lighter bay, yes. You've got a few lighter shuttles just for transportation needs.
Come on, Ramirez.
At once, sir. Just gonna stand up and close my blank book.
Well done. You make your way down with your typical...
The joke is, astropaths are blind.
Yeah, astropaths are blind. Their eyes were melted out of their skulls by viewing the perfection.
I saw the soul of our god emperor. No, I will not describe it. I will say his hair was on point.
My name's Pat. I'll be here to explain the jokes to everyone in the back.
Anyway. So, you take one of the lighter shuttles down, one of the Argus lighters that your ship has come with. It is a not terribly kind ride. Between when Karen landed with the team to set up the initial base camp and your arrival, a storm is whipped up, causing considerable jostling and turbulence on the way down. And Karen, you specifically were able to note that this storm arrived completely unannounced. It's not usual at all, at least not in any world you've been on before. But the lighter makes it down and lands just outside the base camp, and allows Iskander and Ramirez to join Karen on the planet's surface, along with their traditional bodyguard of ship armsmen.
Swear to God, I'm gonna find the... Swear to the God, Emperor, if I figure out who was working the scanners on that, I'm going to break up his ass.
It's a nice place, isn't it?
Well, Ramirez, let me describe it to you.
I can see it, sir. I can see it, Lord Captain. I'd rather not take in twofold the beauty that is this world that we have been tasked with.
I disagree, but no, Karen's going to approach the duo.
As Karen approaches, the bodyguard of armsmen part to allow their arch-militant to pass.
Oh, Karen, what's it look like?
Now to him. It appeared a little out of nowhere, which has me.
Lord Captain, she seems to be having trouble speaking.
I think I got the gist of it. Storm appeared out of nowhere, as they're spooked. Well, let's get to doing what we're here for.
Which would be, sir, I'm terribly sorry, I'm not...
Order for the survey team. Figure out what we're working with on the planet.
Right, let's get on that then, I suppose.
And the three of you go about organizing the arrival and departure of the 3 Argus shuttles you have, depositing survey crews and their escorts onto the planet. The survey teams begin to fan out with their escorts and scout teams of your ship's armsmen. Well done. Armsmen. And they begin to go out and scout what the augurs in orbit detected to be high concentrations of mineral wealth. The base camp is centrally located between the main dig sites, and it's a few long hours before you guys finally get a message back. But when you do, it's rather disturbing. Lord Captain?
Yes.
We have a slight problem. A structure that was not... well, that wasn't picked up on our augurs, sir.
Define slight problem.
It's a step pyramid structure, sir. I didn't show up on our augur arrays, and... well, no idea how it got here, and it's not made out of... well, it doesn't look to be made out of local stone. It's this sort of off-white color.
Alright, I'll go have a look. Armsman, come up on me.
Your bodyguard forms up.
How good is the signal? Like, are we having any signal interference at all, or is the signal coming through clear?
The signals are coming through fairly clear, but it helps that you have the ship in orbit to help boost your Vox communications.
Right. Good to know.
There's a bit of redundancy in your systems at this point.
Good to know. Just... I don't know what I can offer to this, so I'm not going to really bother at the moment. Unless asked.
Shane, can I roll, our GM, can I roll a common lore Imperium, see if I would know what the fuck this temple was?
You can certainly try that roll and see what you get.
I mean, would cryptology help at all?
I've got nothing.
Cryptology would be... No, probably not. Cryptology, if I remember right, is code breaking, so no.
Well, I got nothing. If you find anything living, let me know. I can likely get answers out of it.
You act like you're not coming along.
Oh, am I?
Yes.
Oh, good. I was going to be terribly bored sitting here then.
Find Karen. And then I turn to my right and see that Karen has been there the entire time because she knows her job.
Just like dead silent the entire.
But anyways, I begin to make my way towards the coordinates of this strange temple structure.
Indeed you do.
With the rest of us. So.
Just kind of making sure my bolt pistol is loaded.
Well, you eventually make your way to the temple, the aforementioned temple structure, and as you arrive, you see the initial recon team that was here, and they seem to just be leaning against the structure rather nonchalantly.
I'm gonna call out to them. Armsmen, explain yourselves.
There is no response. And your bodyguard did noticeably
I'm
become
going
more
to
tense.
approach one of.
If I may recommend we stay away from the structure. Lord Captain, may I have your permission to attempt to see if anything is wrong with the minds of these men?
Do as you would, Ramirez.
Right. I'm going to approach within 10 meters.
Alright.
I'm going to keep that distance, and I'm going to begin channeling my mind probe.
Okay, go ahead and give me your psychic power test.
Alright, I'm going to attempt fettered because I don't want this to go too bad.
Alright.
So, fettered. I don't have any bonus psi rating because I'm not pushing it.
That is a degree of success.
That is a negative degree of success.
Oh,
It is opposed willpower test though. That's what the focus power test here says. So if they fail harder than me,
Well, they certainly didn't fail harder than you.
well,
But
it's gonna
there
take.
might be a reason for that.
Oh, are they alive?
You reach out towards their minds and find nothing.
Oh, that's worrisome.
Perception to look over them.
Lord Captain, they don't appear to be alive, or at least conscious in their minds.
Karen and Iskander, if you would both give me awareness tests.
Oh, why would you do this to me?
Is that a harder fail than I failed? That is a harder fail than I failed.
I see.
5 degrees of failure. And I see our old friends the butterflies have returned, and you guys are fascinated.
I mean, may I try an awareness test? I'm not
How
going to
is
be
this
distracted
secured?
by
That's
butterflies. I like the butterflies. My favorite is the clear one right there.
Yes, well, as your guardsmen are moving up to sort of help secure the area and wrap back around Vasquez and maybe try and even get these other guys' bodies. They were friends, they might know them. They were served on the same ship.
Nah.
I'm sure they're close.
Nah.
But as they approach the temple, there is an unearthly shrill cry through the air in a language none of you quite catch. And the next thing you know, there is a whizzing and just a horrific... It's like a swarm of angry hornets around you. As figures duck out from the side from the walls as they ascend along the various levels of the temple, and a mass, just swarm of weapon fire comes hurling down at you and the armsman.
Oh, we're being ambushed! This is my favorite part of the mission, Lord Captain.
Meanwhile,
Yes.
Karen is just shouted and
Each
just
man-
throws out the cover. It's like just shoves him into it.
I'm going to hide behind the nearest guardsman, the nearest armsman.
Alright. People have gotten into cover. Unfortunately, none of those people were the armsmen. So some of those rounds do manage to hit home, because, hey, there's some competent marksmen among the enemy.
I mean, I was 10 meters away from the
Unfortunately
temple.
so.
I don't imagine that there was much cover.
Again.
So we lose the astropath, everybody.
It's a good
If I get wounded, I'm taking everything with me.
And this is what we in the tabletop. It's for your own good. Put a hell pistol to the back of his head, and goodbye to the astropath.
Quite. Well, it is an unfortunate day to be some of your ship armsmen.
It's okay. At least your shirts are red now. You knew your purpose.
Well, welcome back, audience. Unfortunately, I am not the brightest flashlight in the drawer. I bound start and stop recording to the plus and minus keys on my numpad, which required me to, well, actually caused me rather, to start and stop the recording the entire time, every time I tried to enter a roll. That was unfortunate. I have rebound the keys, so that will not be happening in future episodes. And just as a quick refresher, or catch up, or whatever you want to call it, on what has happened since my screw-up. The noble party of Rogue Trader and Associates assaulted the Eldar Temple and have been battling their guardians. The guardians have not fared well, though Karen has taken an equally brutal beating. Ramirez has caused the sky to open up and begin pouring blood down on everyone after psychically assaulting multiple Eldar. And the party has lost several of their armsmen. That said, we now bring you back to the action.
So this one's about to get viciously mauled.
By several armsmen, yes.
Karen, I hope they redeem themselves. I really, truly do.
Kane, save me! No.
Oh, Kane has been dead a long, long time now.
But still occasionally gets up to fight, because, you know, gods.
So the temple isn't sealed yet, yes?
It is not.
Though that one armsman did charge at the gate. Meanwhile, I'm just looking at the pink, shiny glitter blood coating Karen and being drenched by the red blood from the sky. Looking at my boots and wondering, wow, this is going to be really, really hard to walk on.
Oh, man, and oh, wait, the armsman probably would have... Never mind. But the armsman sergeant has failed to be anything useful today.
Look, he may be getting demoted, he may be getting a bolt shell in the back of the head, we don't know.
The armsman that has heroically charged to try and stop the Eldar from sealing the temple has done very well for himself so far. We'll see if this continues, and it's not bad. Let's see. So he actually does do some damage to an Eldar.
Stick and twist the bayonet! Twist it!
And Ramirez.
Oh, it's my turn? Alright, I'm going to step forward. I'm going to just kind of, ew, gross Eldar. And before I move and embarrass myself in front of the crew again, I'm going to throw my hand out. No, you don't. Don't close that now. I'm going to an unfettered attempt to stop him with a psychic scream. With a +10 from the good old Cap'n.
Because I really don't want him to fuck up.
Hey, you
He's
didn't roll
playing
doubles. Well done.
support.
Boop. 7 points of psychic damage, minus 10 to try and resist the minus 10 on a toughness test to resist shocking or be stunned.
Hmm.
And then I'm going to attempt to move up here. Just let me know what I'm rolling for that.
It's gonna be your agility.
That's... Oh, agility.
Nope.
You fall and on your ass, just literally in the next square. So.
At least I landed on this Eldar body.
Help!
It's not a good thing. Most of their armor is really sharp.
No, that's.
It looks smooth. I'm gonna look around for the thing on his waist that his soul went to, just as flavor for me falling on him. Like, I meant to do this.
Well done. Well done.
It's the best way to get at the waist.
But yes, his Eldar has been stunned at the top of the stairs. It's just bad days in Eldar Town. It really is.
He's not gonna be doing much sealing, Karen. You know what to do.
Karen, as the Archmilitant, you would know. Tell us, is the proper order spray then pray, or pray then spray?
Wouldn't it only matter if the Ecclesiarchs were watching?
I mean, an honest Imperial soldier would do it no matter what, but, you know.
Well, we're not very honest people.
8 point.
There
There
you
we-
go!
Murder, murder,
Your
murder!
Archmilitant.
I think that's the left leg again.
92. Yeah, it's the left leg again. Or yeah, 92. Left leg. Yep. Damage, please.
Okay, so how does firing multiple shots work?
If depending on your degrees of success, more bullets hit them, so you get more damage.
Okay, so if I were to fire a 2-shot burst and I got 2 degrees of success with this bolt pistol,
You would
bolt
get the,
pistol,
You would get the extra hit, and you would roll two separate hits.
with the tearing quality, which is terrifying.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to save us all some time here. You were firing at the one at the door, right?
Yes, I think that's what. Yeah, no, that.
That's the shot they were lining up for a while. Like, Pat was just sitting there waiting.
Just type yes, Pat.
Pat may have some flavor to tag on.
Fair enough.
He can't really speak, so let's let him type his flavor.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
In case it was not obvious for the audience, Pat's connection has to go. Well, Pat lives in Maine, so his connection has to go through Stephen King's Nightmare Realm to get to us. So, pity the poor man.
And thus, anyone watching from Maine, though however unlikely, just got slightly offended.
Oh well, if they can't take a joke.
Very true.
But yeah, so that guy is pretty much obliterated in the most XCOM style of shot ever.
That was more Sniper Elite, follow the bullet.
Well, I mean, it was full auto, so...
Okay, yeah, no, that's XCOM. Just body flying back, some slight ragdoll shenanigans.
In a terrifying display of power, the leg immolates and fire consumes the target completely. The target dies in a matter of agonizing, scream-filled seconds.
Just kind of looking to Karen. Just, okay. This isn't coordinate corruption. I can very visibly see her soul.
Well, you would still be able to see her soul if you were a Khorne Berserker, but you don't know much about Khorne.
Right, just kind of totally not gripping the bolt pistol a little tighter.
Just gonna charge up this guy who's down.
No, Lord Commander, don't!
He'd have to leave that square, I think.
That's within 4 meters.
That's within 4 meters. Yeah, no, Jeremy, make an agility test when you get to that square above you.
Lord Commander, don't!
I'm gonna understand, if you 100, you crit, you fall on your own scythe.
And thus we needed a new rogue trader.
I mean, it hurt, but I'd probably get up.
Probably. It wouldn't be a full power swing.
You fall! Luckily not on your own power scythe, but you're down right there, buddy.
So with the 69, does he fall in the classic anime girl fan service pose?
Not on anything important, so it doesn't matter. No one's beneath me, so...
It's actually sort of impressive the way he falls, because his foot hits the blood. It's the full like Charlie Brown flip, but he actually comes all the way around and lands on his ass.
I'm confused.
Sir, you have to watch the shiny pink blood mixed in with the red blood.
Iskandar is not even in pain. He's just confused.
Ow! What? How did I even
Sorry.
do that?
Lord Captain, I don't want to alarm you, but I believe you have a planet that rains blood.
We'll deal with it in post.
This Eldar is going to do the highly not, it's not something we recommend, okay? It's just not. But this Guardian's going to try and break away and seal the temple.
So he's he's
And
going
he
through
fell
the blood.
again.
Sergeant, I would recommend you, not fail miserably this time. You're up for demotion.
You know what? Because I'm so confused, I'm gonna give the sergeant my +10. I also can't see Vasquez.
It's okay, I'm hiding behind the sergeant. I'm totally not on my ass on top of this Eldar body.
I mean, to be fair, the sergeant has I don't know how many bonuses at this point.
Oh yeah, I remembered. Eldar weapons are grown, technically, aren't they?
Oh my god. So the sergeant was so distracted by you two telling him not to screw up that he just sort of like stabbed and just barely missed the Eldar.
Well, it was nice knowing you.
Vasquez, you do not get to make decisions on my personnel.
Oh, fine. I'm just teasing. I have no idea how boring it gets making the skies open up and rain down blood.
I mean,
that was the Eldar, not me!
Vasquez?
Oh, hey, look, Lord Commander, I can make his head pop. Go! I'm going to attempt to make his head pop.
Alright.
Oh, I don't manage to make his head pop.
You gonna fate point it?
I feel like I might need my 2 fate points for later.
Yeah, I'll just need one.
You're right, I might only need 1. Nah. Just trying to focus psychic powers with my own rising embarrassment. Can I aim between the captain's legs? Because I am technically... Oh yeah, the sergeant's. No, I want to curve the bolt shell.
Yeah. So you actually have a +10 because you're in point blank.
I'm gonna aim between his legs and be like, hey, Eldar! Hey!
Die.
Xeno scum! Over here!
Bang, bang.
I'm actually going to bang bang two bolt shells.
So semi-autos +10.
I'm gonna fate point that. Screw it.
Hang on. With semi-auto, Shane doesn't he get a plus? So he would have hit.
Oh, I get a +10. That means I only hit with 1 shell, but that's still 1 bolt shell.
Yep. So that's 13 damage. And 4. Is 10.
I am. Oh yeah, it's a full action. I don't mind taking the 1 shot then. Thank you, Patrick.
Ah.
Fate point. It's not meant to be.
Yep.
You see, Captain. This is what you get for not inspiring me. Oh wait, that was without the +10. That was without the +10 from point blank.
Oh, shit.
So that hits.
Yeah, okay.
See, you're fine. You're fine. You're okay.
Bang. I shoot him that's a 37, so 73. I shoot him in the left leg!
God damn, with left leg.
You point the bolt pistol right at his head, then you move it slightly.
I want you to feel this, Xeno.
So, the concussion cracks the target's leg. And if he weren't dead, it would have left him stunned for a round and having all movement for a D5 rounds. But, you also blew it off, so...
Do I taste any delicious mental screams?
There's a considerable amount of anguish as his soul blinks and then disappears into the thing on his belt.
Ah, it's nice killing Xeno, but I wish that they wouldn't scream so much.
With that, we can swap the turn order because,
I'm just gonna stand up.
I scream in people's heads, Karen. There's a degree of fucked up that I am just required to be.
I didn't choose to be born this way, Mom.
I actually didn't. It's horrible.
Sergeant, go get the Voxcaster. Report what's happened.
Yeah, aye, sir.
I'm going to start looting this Eldar that I'm on, because, why not?
Ah, and that looks like a thing. I'm gonna put my hand on the guards. I'm put my hand on my armsman. No one gets past you.
Karen, no, don't walk, crawl! Karen, it's safer to crawl!
No. You can take your time and be careful now, so.
Oh, never mind then, Karen. Karen, I think we should get you to the ship. I'm just saying we should probably get you to the bone saw.
So, the fuck is this? Fuck is this thing?
You're gonna
Just diamond?
you're gonna tap Karen, tap Karen's leg with my bolt pistol, the side of it, just kind of whap whap.
Just real quick, Iskander, you, looking into the room, see a massive, 6 foot in each direction, diamond-carved piece of ruby. Just pure, translucent red gem.
Now, because I'm not a fucking idiot, I'm gonna put my hand on the armsman. No one gets any closer than you.
Aye, sir.
And then you shove him into the ruby.
No. Well, look at that. I don't know what that is. It was in this weird Eldar temple. I'm not getting any closer. It could fuck with my brain. I am not prepared for this.
I have high willpower, sir. Allow me. Immediately gets possessed.
Ramirez is also a psyker. I really don't want to send him in there. We also have time to look at this thing, because we're now in narrative. I'm gonna call someone down here that might know what the fuck this is. Because if it's just a giant 6-fucking-foot ruby, then baller, we're taking that shit. But I don't think it is.
If it's just a fancy rock, it's ours.
It's our fancy rock now.
That is 6 feet by 6 feet fucking ruby. We're selling that for something.
Right. Meanwhile, I'm going to, it's there. But, he's like, alright, I'm going to, because, Ramirez is like, hey, we should get you the ship. Karen's going to, and still around the men, act as if she's fine and okay as she, slowly makes her way down, ordering the men to set up her perimeters to check on the sergeant and the Voxcaster.
Is she just walking without assistance? Does it look obvious that she's going to collapse? If not, then she can walk home. She can walk to the ship safely.
Shane, what do you want me to roll?
Toughness. See if
Oh,
you
it's a toughness or
from wincing.
I take it I'm rolling awareness.
Yep.
Hey!
I really couldn't give a shit. I'm finding shiny things.
Yeah. So Karen, you get to the base of that staircase, and the sergeant is wrestling the Foxcaster off the back of a dead corporal. Ma'am. Good news, Voxcaster's intact. Mostly. Jesus Christ, Kellens, let
I want an update on...
bastard!
Yes. Sergeant, I need you to contact the Master of Etherics. Or sorry, that war host, rather. I don't know exactly what their Eldar.
Aye, sir. Alright, ma'am. He fiddles with the dials until he gets the Voxcaster running. Sergeant Kellogg to Shield of Arnor. Kellogg to Arnor. And there's a long moment of static before it comes back across. Arnor reading, and he gives your message across, and the answer comes back. Command Squad, we're not getting any signatures down there. Could be interference from these storms, but there's nothing. You're alone down there.
Completely natural storms.
Going because she had squad down like with the assistance of Kane forces herself back. Sergeant, keep us posted. I need to find the Lord Captain.
I'm him.
And as she goes back through everybody, I need to make that toughness test again.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh no.
The adrenaline's running out. There's definitely a limp. There's definitely a limp in your step.
I'm going to kind of stand up and put a hand on her shoulder. Arch Militant, I think it'd be advisable for you to go and get attention to these wounds. You're useless to the men and the Lord Captain if you're walking around half dead.
And tell the sergeant to radio a shuttle, or sorry, Fox, a shuttle down here.
Right, you sit down, then, away from all the blood, perhaps, maybe. Just come with me and you can relay the order yourself. Well, what were you seeking the Lord Captain for? I'll relay the message. Because you look like you're...
Or just update on whatever this is. Oddly enough, I have been actually through worse.
Mayhaps emotionally,
Not
but you are
much,
2 feet in the grave. You are currently 2 feet in the grave, Arch Militant. And I'm going to escort her and make sure she sits her ass down.
Only one.
I'm going to make sure she sits her ass down by the sergeant. Right.
Enough.
Sergeant,
Well, just make sure to get an update on whatever the treasure is.
get a shuttle down here immediately.
Aye, ma'am. Alright, sir.
Thank you. I really don't care, to be fair.
But yeah, gets back on the horn and then lets Karen, he lets you know that there's a shuttle on the way with an extra couple squads to help secure the temple site.
Right, I'm going to, as I pass one of these arms, and there are very strange objects that have captured the souls of these Eldar around their waist. I recommend not meddling with the corpses.
Aye.
I'm gonna kind of start trying to move in case they want to stop me.
They let you through.
Good, I outrank all of you. Except for the Lord Commander and the Archmilitant, I think.
Yes.
Lord Captain!
Turn. There is.
I'm going to update you on everything that the Archmilitant told me to update you on.
I see.
Yes, indeed. Which was GM what?
Garen, quick rundown.
Basically, update of what the treasure is.
Yeah.
And also, like, the storm's probably messing with our augers, and we don't know where that war host is.
Right. Should we vox for more guards, for more armsmen, and prepare for the war host, or should we? What's the plan, Lord Commander? I've urged the Archmilitant to seek medical attention from the Cerugian.
Once the armsmen are down here, this temple's very defensible. Provided the Eldar can't portal in, they should be fine. Have the sergeant check on all of the recon teams to ensure that they're still reporting in. If one isn't, then I believe we found the war host.
Of course, Lord Commander. I'm gonna take a few steps and I'm gonna realize, wait, we have micro beads. And I'm gonna micro bead Karen. Yes, Arch.
We have my Tell your damn self, Lord Captain. Excuse me? I'll tell Lord Captain.
Of course, Lord Captain. Yes, Karen. Arch-Militant Karen. Relay information to the sergeant that we need to get get reports from all of the recon teams. If one doesn't report back, then we believe we found the war host. Also, vox for more armsmen to come and fortify the temple. We have no idea what this treasure is, but the temple seems a fairly defensible location.
She takes a drag from her EOS stick and just... the latter point's already been taken care of. For the former, I
Skandar literally just sort of looking at the armsman back at the thing. So what do you think they wanted to use it for? I don't recall the Eldar just holding on to giant fucking jewelry. Then again, I don't know anything about Eldar.
Far be it from me he'd have any knowledge on it, sir, but, well, they didn't want us getting it, so it must be something important.
Indeed. Indeed. If only we had some sort of expert on this. Xenos lore.
Indeed.
I don't think anyone actually... Oh no, somebody has to have Xenolore. Somebody has to. Who could possibly have Xenolore?
You'd think one of us would have it, right?
I'm actually going through and seeing if any of the crew might have Xenolore, but I don't think any of them do, because that's forbidden lore.
At any rate, Karen, the sergeant calls in for a check from all the recon teams, and all of them come back.
Oh god. It's forbidden lore Xenos. Should I support?
Wouldn't our gunner technically have forbidden lore Xenos if they're a Void Master?
I don't
Yes.
Go check.
Jace is a Void Master. Probably. But just to note, our Master of Ethics does in fact have forbidden lore Xenos.
Look, it's not even going to be Xenotech, it's just going to be a fucking gem, and we're all just over worrying about it.
So yeah, he does have it, so,
Do I see any souls in the gem?
Souls? Give me a sign of science test.
Oh god, I'm about to go double blind.
I mean, Eldar are potent psychers.
Oh, my face!
Ramirez, you're looking at this thing and you're trying to discern, because it is, to you, it is shining with an inner light, but you can't tell if that's just psionic resonance or if there's souls in it or what. But this thing is definitely, it definitely has some connection to the warp.
Lord Commander, I'm unsure, but I don't believe we should be around this thing so freely. It's connected in some way to the warp. I can't fully grasp how, but I can see the residual energies.
figure out what it is. If need be, we'll destroy it.
Oh, but that's an idea. I want to try something crazy. Lord Captain, permission to attempt to probe the gem.
I will ask you to delay until we have someone of a more expert opinion on lore of the Xenos. We can identify it, then we figure out what it is. If we cannot, then after everyone is at a safe distance, you may.
Oh, of course, send the Psyker in to do the crazy Psyker shit alone. It's almost like I made it rain blood,
Vasquez, stop whining. It's an order.
I'm not whining, sir. I'm whining in my head. Get out of my head. I'm the one that does that to people.
At any rate, as you guys are waiting for the dropships,
I'm doing the smart thing and walking around walking around by myself to see the back of this temple to make sure there's not an army of Eldar back here.
yeah.
Actually,
as you walk around the temple, you do see that the stairs are all on just one side of the building.
And the Eldar!
The other way. Tell the head armsman to stay posted.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm walking forward with my bolt pistol out. I see the movement and then I don't shoot the Lord Captain.
Yeah, it's clear.
I pull the trigger and click as I fired all of the rounds of my bolt pistol. I then promptly reload. And just, wow, I've never been so happy to be out of ammo.
Well done. But yeah, as you guys are walking around, you do see that on the inside of these raised walls on every step of the pyramid, there are strange symbols. You can't read them, but they're very... you do notice that they seem to have a... it almost seems every so often that they start repeating.
Well, they totally got this shit, like, ruined out to all hell.
Yeah, so just at this point, waiting for more people to arrive.
Yeah. It's a good 30 minutes for the shuttles to get here. Each one loaded down with a couple squads of the ship's armsmen, who fan out and secure a perimeter around the facility.
Ground control to Major Karen.
We're gonna stop the recording until we know. According to Pat.
Okay. So it's a good 30 minutes until the dropships land.
Oh, yeah, I want a constant update on the recon teams, just to the sergeant.
Yeah, no, he continues to check in every 10 minutes, and they continue to call back. And you can actually hear them over the Voxnet, and the recon teams are getting more annoyed every 10 minutes. We're just like, yes, we're still here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, we're fine.
Is that attitude I'm detecting?
Yeah, basically.
I
Good.
mean, they're speaking to the sergeant, and then they hear you, like, good. Oh, sorry, sir.
Noises in the background are noises for sure. I'm going to kind of sit down and play with my charm on the end of my sword, because my sword and this charm are basically my focus.
If you would, follow me.
But yes, the Master of Physics has arrived to examine.
The fuck is that? Better through.
Patrick, you may be down to typing, because I think if you try to talk the past couple times, all we've heard is static.
Yeah. Well, it's okay, the Arch Militant isn't who we need to know these things.
Wow.
But it's okay, the Master of Etherics knows even less.
Alright, be pointing that.
So close. So close.
So, Silas, you're taking a look around the temple and around the main chamber, and you're examining the gem and all the carvings around it, and it's taking you quite a while to sort of parse all of it, because a lot of this is a lot of the symbols don't...
Relic.
To them, it is indeed a relic of their, oh, damn it. Oh, what's the term for them now?
Deities?
No. The, aspect shrines.
Sorry?
It's the aspect shrines. But yeah, Silas, you know that it is, in fact, a relic of great importance to Eldar aspect shrines. Though it does strike you as a little bit odd that it being so important to the aspect warriors, there were none of them here to defend it.
Also, just for future reference, Soleil's. Why not? Because why not?
Apologies, Soleils, but
Space friends.
So, this information is relayed to me. Is it dangerous in any way?
Soleils can only tell you what she's able to gather from the carvings, and again, she knows it's With everything you know together, it is a psionically active crystal of great importance to Eldar aspect shrines.
Alright. I order the armsman to touch it.
You there, private disposal.
Literally the worst.
I have it. Touch it.
The private
Tar pitches?
Right, I know how dangerous this can be. I'm just bolt pistol trained on the back of his head with the take aim action
I
ability.
have my plasma pistol trained on the back of his head.
The
Oh no, Commander, you get to have all the fun.
The armsman walks up, places his hand on it, and just kind of stands there for a second. Sir, how long do I have to do this?
Alright, come back. Come back.
And he returns. Confused and a little bit pissed, but, you know, he can get over it.
Alright, well, it doesn't kill you when you touch it, so... Points. Armsman, how do you feel mentally?
Fine, sir.
Haven't taken the pistol off of him.
Ramirez? Now,
Sir?
Armsman, I trust you, but Ramirez, check his brain if you can.
Right, this is going to be very strange feeling for you. Just relax and let me in.
I understand.
And I'm going to spend the next 5 rounds focusing and probing his brain.
Alright. I'm not going to require a test from you, because this is a very basic thing.
I am just probing him and reading his surface thoughts.
Yeah. Doing your best impression of an illithid.
I bring him real close till my gas mask, the hose, bumps against his goggles.
So the first thoughts you pick up on are, oh god, why the warp devil? Why the hell do I have to put up with this? Forcing your way past that and doing your best not to be insulted by it.
I stroke the back of his neck.
Yeah. Peering past those first thoughts and sort of looking back at the most recent kind of memories that went through his head, there's a brief flash of activity between the moment when he touched the gym and the following heartbeat. But as you sort of think about those thoughts and those moments that he witnessed, there's several lifetimes condensed into that moment. All of them of just bloody battlefields.
Would I have any reason to believe that this would potentially leave him vulnerable to coronate corruption?
Not really.
He doesn't seem aware of any of it. So it doesn't seem like he would... It doesn't really seem to you like it would make him more vulnerable to a demon.
I'm going to nod to myself, and then I'm going to just kind of let him pull away because I know he wants to.
Yeah, no, he pulls away when you let him.
Thank you. I'm going to look to the captain. He's been corrupted. Kill him.
Wait, what?
No, I'm shielding him with my own body. No, that was an attempted humor. Gallows humor, sorry, at your expense.
All
right.
Behind you. Sir, permission to sock the warp devil.
Granted.
I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna hold my hand up. Hold on, I'm gonna pull my mask off. Go ahead.
Right hook, right to the jaws. Son of a bitch!
Alright, Armsman.
Oh, you're not dead.
Armsman, have the sergeant call out another shuttle. We're taking this with us.
Aye, sir.
Lord Captain, I would actually like to have a moment to speak with you and the Master of Etherics, away from the Armsman.
Armsman, go report to the... Do as told.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to wait for, I'm gonna, kind of usher them away from... Okay, good, those Armsmen are gone. I'm gonna look and point to the gem. It was a very brief flash, space of a heartbeat. I wasn't lying when I said he may have been exposed to something, but not corruption. Nothing of the sort that would make him vulnerable to a demon. It was the space of a heartbeat, but these Eldar relics are confusing to me. It felt like, well, it seemed like lifetimes. Dozens, hundreds of them have been condensed into that single breath of a moment. And he doesn't remember experiencing them, and Looking
Shane?
trying to pour over them, it was difficult to even attempt.
Shane, going to just on the fucking like several lifetimes in a moment thing. Hey, look at that.
You sound a lot better. I'm gonna knock on wood right fucking now, but that was a statement. Almost knocked a can of butane over.
But yeah, no, as you're thinking about it, the several lifetimes in a moment, you know that Eldar lead extraordinarily long lives. You also know that most Eldar have some level of psychic capability, most of them pretty significant if they choose to embrace it. You also know that the Eldar fear for their souls upon death, and often trap them within crystalline structures.
Alright, so Shane, if I was
Basically,
going...
we should leave this here. We should all leave now.
This is a very defendable position. You better start explaining.
This is
So, you're aware of it's an Eldar crystalline structure and somebody received some sort of psionic activity upon touching it? It's probably best to leave that shit alone. It might have Eldar souls trapped in it.
Yes. Much like the sort of thing, the Xenos crystalline structures. Imagine anyone try to take a shine to the general populace response. And if we take this, what are they going to come to leave this be? Maybe work out with the Xenos. I know what the statement is, but don't even have the firepower to deal with them.
You know, attempt another Sinussense roll after hearing what the nature of this thing is. Just try and determine more about it if I can, if that's all right.
All right.
Nope, I'm just confused. Like souls, I didn't see any souls. Let me double check. Nope, no souls.
Yeah, it's still shining brightly, but you're doubtful that it's containing souls. It definitely has some sort of warp connection, but you don't. Normally, when you see souls, they're they're certain. They each have their own individual color and sort of flavor to them. You don't see that here. It's just a shining light.
Oh, Emperor, this may be a beacon of some sort.
Okay, so, real quick, Shane, information that I now have, rundown.
You know that the Eldar tend to trap their souls upon death in crystalline structures to avoid the fate that would otherwise occur to them. You know that this thing is shining with psionic activity, and you know that Eldar tend to be capable psychers.
Now, there was a suggestion of maybe dealing with the Eldar to give them back this thing. If I remember correctly.
That is what Soleil's proposed, I believe.
Where we leave it completely alone, they let us do our mining operations. And then they stay away from us, everyone's okay. If only because we don't have firepower to properly deal with them, I believe.
I can attempt to send a message along the astral... I can attempt to send an astral message to whatever Eldar may be listening. If you'd permit me, of course, Lord Captain. I'm not sure how I feel about this plan, but I also agree with the Master of Etherics. This is not a thing we should trifle with.
Trifle with it, no, but if we tell the Eldar that we have it, they could just bring a much more superior force and take it anyway.
I think that's assuming the worst of the Eldar. but they are Xeno scum. I can't quite say which is the safest option. But I do feel as if we are in the position of power here. Because if they were to try something that, well, to be quite honest, stupid, we could just destroy the gem, and then they lose something precious to their people.
True enough, Ramirez. Silas, remain here with the crystal. Ramirez, if you can, contact the Silas.
Sir.
Remain here with the crystal. Keep your way at all times.
Shall I remain here as well when I send the message out, Lord Captain, and not give the Eldar an inkling of where our ship is located?
Yes.
Silas, may I request that you watch over me? This will take several minutes of very deep meditation, and I will need cover.
Fair enough.
So Shane, while they're doing that, I'm going to call some armsmen in here. I'm going to tell them, keep your las guns on this crystal. If shit sounds like it's going south, shoot it to shit.
I'm going to kind of pick a nice little corner where I have a wall around me. I'm going to set my bolt pistol in my lap, just in case I need to shoot myself in the fucking skull.
Oh, don't worry, I'm right behind him in case I need to decapitate him.
I'd really appreciate you not standing behind me. I need moments of focus, Lord Commander. But I understand the precautions. And I'm going to attempt to send a message to any psychically sensitive Eldar that may be able to hear me through warp space.
Oh.
I know.
I just realized that might be a bad idea.
It's a terrible idea.
Go ahead.
I went to the warp gene.
Go ahead and give me a science test real quick.
There's Eldar everywhere.
Celeste was just like, oh, beacon!
It's fine. I have a
To do it
73
alert.
chance to resist these things. I'm tempted to spend a fate point, but no.
I mean, we're probably nearing the end of the session. If you have 2 left, spend 1.
Fuck it. Hey, I flipped the result.
Yeah. You reach out into the warp around you, and it takes you a moment as you're just sort of you're seeing the souls of everyone of all of your people on the planet. The most familiar things are coming to you first. You're sort of reaching out, slowly expanding, and you have to take a couple moments and hide away and shield yourself as you feel the presence of warp predators hunting through the area. But once you've hidden yourself and sealed yourself away from the warp for a moment, you feel them pass away as their chance for a meal has evaded them. And then you reach out again and you find it. It's so similar but just distinct enough. Compared to the soul and mind of a human, an Eldar's mind is a maze. You could lose yourself in it for hours if you tried to dig into its core. But just reaching the outside of it, you're able to touch that mind. And you hear in your head, "Who is this? Is this a Monkai?"
I'd really appreciate you not using such strange language, Xeno, but it would be a Monkai, as you call us. I'm coming to you right now with a message and a parlay, if you will. Do you care to hear what I've come to say?
I will offer you a single chance to end this without further bloodshed. Withdraw your people from this planet. It is not yours.
This planet
belongs to the Eldar.
This planet belongs to my Lord Captain. This gem of yours, on the other hand, belongs to your people. And I'm sure we can both agree that you'd rather it stay safely in your people's hands. No?
Monkai, you do not know what you are trifling with.
No, we do not, and that is why we've come to parley. We've come to the agreement among ourselves that discussing this with you would be better than messing and meddling where our minds do not comprehend. This crystalline structure, this, as my master of etherics had put it, heart of Cain, it's not something I'd really like to meddle with. Your people, will receive this temple and the unsullied corpses of your people. And
He came here to do.
it would appear so.
You short-sighted fools. Be off this world by dawn tomorrow, or the full force of Autar... Or the full force of our... English is my primary language, I promise.
You need to brush up on your Gothic, Eldar. It's terrible.
Be gone from this planet by dawn tomorrow, or Autar Kanar's forces will come down upon you with her full fury.
How about a counter-offer, Zeno? You honor the very reasonable trade we've brokered, or we destroy this crystalline gem, and leave your people with a broken relic, a broken temple, and several broken corpses.
Hear me well, Monkai. To damage the heart of Cain would kill you sooner than us. You do not understand it, we do. And be grateful that we shield you from his wrath.
Oh, the wrath of a Zeno god. Oh, lovely.
Unlike the corpse you worship, our gods are very real.
Unlike the series of corpses that your people's folly gave way to, our god is strong enough to not fall to chaos. But I grow tired of these discussions, and I must speak with my Lord Captain. I do hope that you didn't care for this relic. I'm going to sever the connection.
As you sever that connection, you just hear that howl. You hear an indistinct howl of fury as you fade back to your body.
Just kind of... Okay! Eldar are not hearing peace. The Eldar are not wanting peace talks.
Good.
Not going to lie, I was not exactly
There's
the
much
most...
proud fools.
They are very proud fools. I am also not the best with people, as you all know.
We'll rile them up. We'll leave. Make it seem as if the temple is fine. Once they approach the temple, we'll use the ship's guns to orbital bombard the temple and destroy their precious relic, along with their friends' bodies and any who come for it.
They gave us until dawn, Lord Captain, which makes me think that they might be here a touch sooner than that, but... only one way to find out, really.
If they don't arrive by ship, then we'll just eliminate them all with the orbital guns. Won't be much problem after that.
As you say, I need to go lie down for a bit. That is very draining.
Call back the microbead. Sergeant, call in the shuttles. We're leaving.
Aye, sir. And in short order, you board your shuttles and return to the Shield of Arnor. Do you also withdraw the rest of your teams?
Yes.
Okay.
No, we leave them here to be overly bombarded.
Well, I mean specifically the recon and,
They're guardsmen. It's okay.
Yeah, no, I withdraw them. I'm not a fucking dick of a boss. I also can't afford to lose them.
Also not wasting the resources.
Somebody had to go and lower our profit factor.
It's fine.
Hey, it came back up. You guys got some points refunded from the ship.
Don't worry about it, guys. If this goes well, we've got a plan.
It's not going to go well at all. We've basically declared fucking open season on these Eldar.
Well, they shouldn't have been on my planet.
Well, they're proud fools. Oh
Man,
well.
if that is not the Imperium's view of the universe.
Listen,
I'm the first human to see this planet. It's mine.
Listen.
What? You existed here before
Hey,
me? No, you
this
didn't.
galaxy is ours by birthright, damn it!
Listen. Unlike most humans, I gave you guys the option. You spat in my face. Now we do this the hard way.
Should we take the precious relic if it survives the bombardment?
Perhaps.
I say we smash it, if at all possible. They've ruined any chance they have to look at peace.
Just
Though she did warn of potential death. I would recommend not smashing it, unfortunately.
I don't know how bad that. I have an idea that actually is.
I mean, we didn't take it with us, so when they go back to get it, we're just going to blow them all to hell.
Wait, before I go, I want to start drawing an Eldar blood on the floor in front of it.
Alright.
I want to draw a dick butt.
Of course you do.
Yep.
Well, it's not the hardest thing to draw,
What
so...
the fuck is this?
What the fuck?
What is this? The fuck is that?
I
Oh.
believe it's a set of male human genitalia.
It's a pair of sentient male genitalia with a smaller pair of male genitalia on the bottom.
But anyways, we're effectively waiting for that time, I guess.
You spend till dawn in orbit.
I would like to ask if the Master Cerugian should patch up the Archmilitant.
Yes,
It
they
would be
should.
most appreciated.
I'm going to roll Medicae, and...
You get a +10 because the ship has equipped with a Medicaid deck.
Right, I'm going to let you know right now, this may not be the cleanest stitching work I've done.
Hold
But
real
it's-
still, I just had a bottle of whiskey.
Hold real still, it helps get my hands steady. There you go.
You treat her injuries.
Protect.
So,
what is?
It's going to be degrees of success
I
plus
get 5
intelligence.
wounds back. Jesus. Yeah.
yeah.
Total of
So
5.
so I get a +10. Do I get a +10 to my intelligence?
You
because-
you get a +10 to Medicaid tests since you're using the Medicaid deck.
Okay, so 6.
Your augurs do eventually pick up a flare of energy near it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Does it-
Meanwhile, space.
So we have a flare of energy.
there's a flare of energy on the augur arrays near the temple complex. And what will you do with this information?
Is it near or is it inside?
It's within the margin of error for your augur arrays.
Scan again.
Master of Etherics, if you will go ahead and do me a... I believe it's detection. It's scrutiny plus the ship's detection rating.
And the ship's detection rating is what?
The ship detection rating is +15.
Oh. If they could roll the there, it got. Oh. Dies the entire night. Yeah, she does have one.
I'm cleaning my bolt pistol.
Soleil, you're sitting there like you've lost the signal on the auger.
Soleil.
Sorry, Soleil. You lose the you're watching the signal on the auger array. You lose it. You attempt to perform percussive maintenance. A tech priest grabs your hand and demands you stop that. The last thing you saw was that the energy signal pulsed a few times, then faded out.
God damn it.
Should we shoot it just for fun?
Blow the fuck up.
Alright.
On a ship the size of a destroyer, you can feel the thunder of
what
your
is
Mars
that?
veteran macro cannons discharging and sending macro cannon and just sending shells the size. Shells probably double the size of a large bus, just shooting down through the planet's atmosphere, through the storms that are covering the temple area, and the storms part as just raw apocalyptic fire burns the skies just from the force of the impact of the shell, just in a couple miles around where you know the temple to be. And when the storm cloud clears and the second storm that you just caused clears, with an auger scan of the temple, where you know the temple to be, there's just dust and echoes.
Right. Recon team, let's go.
While he's doing that, Soleil's is just gonna, without exactly being ordered to, going to scan.
I'm going to go with the Lord Captain. I'd rather him not get murdered. He signs my paychecks.
Right.
So, okay, every shuttle we have, I'm filling up with armors and
Goddamn,
things
you
down there.
Yeah, Karen, 7 wounds. Let's do this.
I mean, can I roll Medicaid again?
It's been a day. I'll give you another Medicaid test.
Right, you really need to stop coming to me half put together.
If I wasn't, I wouldn't be doing my job.
You know what, that's fair.
Sorry, Father.
Go ahead and heal 7 wounds.
Here I am, back to full.
That's because I'm good at my job. But not much. Well, I'm good at my job in making patients. Don't ask.
You're okay. Your job. Looking at them stats.
Anyway. So, who all did you bring on your away team, Miss Campbell?
Okay, same as last time. And, okay, so every shuttle we had, I'm filling up with armsmen. Because I'm not taking any chances with these goddamn knife-eared son of bitches.
Alright, so that's 3 shuttles. You, Karen, and Ramirez.
Yes.
Should we load up some of the galley slaves as fodder?
No. They just get in the way.
So can I just say, the away
Isn't that the point?
The away team shall consist of myself, Security Officer Karen, and Comms Officer Ramirez. Sir, why the Comms Officer? Shits and giggles mostly.
I like to do things to people's brains.
Why? Because he impressed me. And a lot of armsmen.
I'm surprisingly good with this sword. The audience missed it, but I stabbed a man while on the ground.
Yep. Shortly after causing the sky to rain blood. Because, psychers. It just sort of happens.
Let's go and check out this nuclear hellscape we made.
It's not nuclear. They're standard. They're standard explosives.
Let's check out this fiery wasteland we made.
Yeah, descending onto the site, there is a giant hole in the ground.
Good.
Like, standing on one side of it, you can just see the other edge of it.
I'm gonna roll Sign of Science real quick to see if I see anything relating to these fucking Eldar. That totally counts.
Same for me.
You failed. Technically, he still would have... No, he wouldn't have... No, technically he still would have passed that original roll. But I'm guessing you were going to take the reroll, because you're Shane.
You take the reroll because you got mouthy with it.
I'll get mouthy with you. Oh.
Anyway. It's hard to pick out anything from two of you using your actual eyes for this, just because it's a massive crater. There's debris everywhere. But Ramirez, just opening your mind and scanning through the warp, you can feel there's something in the crater. You can't pick out where it or what it is, but there's something down there.
How deep does it... Oh, I can't tell exactly where. Does it feel familiar?
Sort of. It's a very nebulous force. It's not something you're really... You can't pin it down, but you feel like you felt it before in your life.
Huh. I found the Emperor, guys!
So,
He was here on this podunk planet the whole time. As it turns out, the God Emperor was trapped within a random-ass crystal. Because, you know, Eldar.
Anyways, yeah, so this crater, we're gonna need a shuttle to get down there because it's fucking huge.
There...
You could probably hoof it down. It'd be
There's
pretty slow
something.
going, but...
So I'm gonna get the armsman to come with me.
There is something down there, Lord Captain. I would recommend sending just the armsman. I can't quite place it, but it's a very nebulous feeling.
Recon team.
2 of your 6 squads move in.
I'm watching their progress very carefully through my warp perception.
Karen's gonna stand at the edge of the, make this massive, just...
Actually, hold on. I'm gonna look to one of the recon armsmen. Over here, please. I need to... Lord Captain, permission to establish a link with this one's mind, so that they may perceive what he perceives.
Granted.
Right. I'm gonna hold my hand out and touch his helmet. And I'm done.
Alright, and the recon teams descend into the crater.
With this mind link, I have a fettered connection to him and 4 others of the recon team. And I can perceive their thoughts and they can perceive mine.
Alright. You're watching and just sort of flipping through their minds as they proceed into the crater, fanning out, just covering as much ground as they can. And the further in they get, you just start to feel the residual emotion of in their minds, and they're just getting more and more pissed with every step. It's just every step they're remembering every shitty thing they put up with day to day, being told it's dangerous, better to send the armsman in alone.
That was me.
And
I'm going to...
everything that's ever bothered them even slightly. And it's just starting to build up, and you feel really uncomfortable right now. Because
Look,
these 5 guys you're flipping through their heads, they're all just getting super pissed.
Lord Captain, permission to call the armsmen back. They are being exposed to residual emotions, it feels, every step they... Either that or they're just getting sick of my shit. I can't tell, to be honest. They're just getting really, really mad.
Considering what that crystal was, call them back. We'll cordon this place off.
I'm going to give them the order to come back and just see what happens.
Yeah, you give them the order to come back, and you just... The 5 whose heads you're in, you just feel the exasperated sighs, just... take a trip down here, walk through this fucking hellscape for no reason.
I mean, you could stay down there, or you could come back up here where it's relatively more safe.
I mean, if you want to get possessed...
I am actually trying to save your souls.
Yeah. It's at that moment, like, they're starting to close in and make their way back, and just in one of their minds, you feel a flash of pain, and then it goes dark.
Oh no. Alert, armsmen, alert! Watch your backs and return now. I'm gonna look to the Lord Captain and the Archmilitant. There's something down there. There's something down there, or one of them just turned on their friend. Pain and then nothing. Someone has embraced death.
I suggest
Well, firing then.
go and try to rescue them, and then perform a fighting retreat out.
I'm going to kind of pick one and just attempt to shield his mind as best I can.
as you focus your efforts on this particular one, you feel the rage abating a bit, and he's starting to think, why was I so mad? But he doesn't seem to be aware that one of his foes is dead.
I'm going to let him know that one of your men has fallen. Do not change your demeanor. Return as swiftly as possible. Keep your wits about you.
Yeah. He definitely starts glancing around, but just as subtly as he can as he continues to lead his men out. And Iskander, Karen recommended that you go get your guys and fight your way back out. You gonna follow that advice, or?
I'm gonna have the men set up a firing line, because if some warp thing is going down there and fucking with them, I don't know what the fuck to do.
Alright.
So there's no point throwing in money at
Ooh, can I roll Forbidden Lore Psychers?
You may.
I know nothing. You know what? Last fate point. I know slightly more nothing. Slightly less nothing.
Yeah, you're racing in your head of what this could be that's doing to them, and you just can't find an answer.
Yep, you focus on keeping at least one of them alive.
That'd be basically, with Karen having suggested, how we go down, effectively rescue the men, and then perform a fighting withdrawal, and then getting told, nah, if they make it out, they make it out, effectively. Normally that'd piss her off, but kind of, and probably not good for yes.
Dragon?
No.
Karen is kind of pissed, but she's not going to say anything.
Okay.
No, normally would be pissed, but in front of all the men, just, yes, sir, at being told, nah, I don't want to waste money.
I don't want to risk the rest of my fucking armsmen, but anyways, effectively to the armsmen, okay, if they act strangely or they attack, I want you all to form a firing line in case things go south.
This rage that they're feeling is unnatural. I'm attempting to shield one of their minds, and the rage is abated. Whatever it is, I think it might have to do with the gem that the Eldal foolishly left after we warned of orbital bombardment.
We'll have to cordon off the entire freighter.
Yeah, your 4 squads of armsmen form 2 ranks, one standing, one kneeling at the lip of the crater, and just aim down into it. And Ramirez, as you're maintaining connection with this one armsman, you start to feel panic in his heart, and he's just kind of looking around more openly. Something just got the colonel. Is there something? You said there was something in here with us. What is it?
I can't tell. If you want me to cease protecting your mind, then I can attempt to see. Which would you prefer?
Just protect me, I guess. I don't know.
There's a firing line prepared. I'm going to give them the word not to shoot if you run, but you need to run as fast as you can.
On it, and he just from the link you share with him, you can see him running to the just that moderate layer of dust that's just sort of filling the air in the crater, and he's just dead sprinting for the edge of the crater.
I'm gonna shout out.
Yeah, calling out to the guardsmen around him. Run! Just run for it!
If the armsmen come around, if the armsmen come around out of the crater, don't shoot. If whatever's following them does, open fire.
It's a minute or two.
The assault las gun to the hell gun.
Yeah. It's a couple minutes after you tell him to start running. You hear las fire down in the crater. You can see strobes of las bolts sort of lighting up the dust cloud, and they drop off one by one. And Kara and Ramirez, the guardsman in your head, where the hell are they? And he's stopped running, just spinning around, just spinning in place.
I'm not gonna let him fucking sit there and die on his goddamn own. I'm gonna run to the edge of the crater and look down.
You can just make out a dark form in the cloud. Good.
Is it him? I can feel it. I can feel his mind. Is it him?
Yeah, it's him, and he's about.
I'm gonna
he's
fucking raise my bolt pistol and just say duck.
He throws himself to the ground.
I'm gonna start firing and trying to get whatever's attention in there up at me.
Yeah, from your link with him as you're firing, he kind of like glancing up up as shots are raining down around him and bursting around bursting in the dry earth. And finally, there's this. It goes from that as the bolts around just slam into the dirt. You hear a distinctive tang as it hits something that is distinctly not the earth. There's a soft howl, and then from his sight, you can see something's footprints in the dust as it scurries away.
Now to us.
Yeah, he's up on his feet and just sprinting for the edge of the crater.
And
And
reloading.
Just telling the rest of the armsmen around me, just hold.
yeah, eventually he reaches the edge of the crater and scampers his way up and just hauls himself over the edge. And as
I
you're
help-
looking out into the dust cloud, there's no other shapes in the cloud. And he's
Yeah, so
What did those footprints look like?
hang on. Yeah, so very quickly to the guardsman, what did you see?
I don't know. That cloud was hell. I started hearing some of the others. They heard them hit the ground. There was something behind us the whole time, all around us, just hiding in there. When the astropath started firing, she hit something. He hit something. Everything's a blur right now. I'm sorry.
Did
Just
any
breathe.
of your armsmen? Okay, now pay attention. This is very important. Did any of the armsmen fire on each other?
Not that I know of. The cloud was too thick. All I could see was strobing lights. I don't know if we hit each other by accident or. All we knew was we were firing at whatever we thought we heard.
All right, yeah. So
When the astropath fired, though, they hit something. I heard it grunt, I think. But when it turned and ran, the footprints left in the earth. Those were boot prints. There's something down there. There's someone down there. And it took a bolt around and it's fine. Well, hurt, but alive.
all right, so gonna if there's a shuttle here, send him back up to the ship to have him checked out.
Yeah, your Argus lighters had stayed on station, so.
And I am going to effectively perform a perimeter right around here, and I want to see if like some of this fucking dust will settle, because I don't want to send anyone else back in there.
Lord Commander, have some of the armsmen cover me. I'm going to attempt to psychically feel out whatever's down there, hiding like a sniveling coward.
I'm gonna do that and let him do his thing.
I'm just gonna sit down and let the others do something, because I kind of did that, and holy shit, I'm trembling a little, actually.
Just watching just staring into the crater, just seeing if I can't spot anything darting about near the edge of the or near the edge of I guess the shadow.
We fucked up.
And anyways, I guess I need to roll an awareness.
Yep. And that dust cloud is hell.
I will also make an awareness. Even though it's shit.
I'm just sitting and trying to feel for it. I saved one armsman.
Yep. And go ahead and give me a sign of science.
Oh, come on.
Because you have the time, give yourself a plus 20.
Oh boy. I'm gonna feel even better when I fail this. What did I say?
Damn.
I'm just sitting there and trying. I'm gonna try again whenever you allow me to. I'm just gonna sit there until I find it.
Yeah. Bowden, as you're just slowly like trying to find something, an hour ticks by, and give me another sign of science.
With the same plus 20?
Yep.
I'm getting closer.
Yeah. Another hour ticks by as you're sort of homing in, and you're starting to feel echoes of something, but you can't quite pin it down.
Shane?
Mm-hmm.
It's been 2 hours and we've been staring into a crater. How have the thing? Are they getting chi a little? Or are they getting
They're maintaining the gun
like?
line.
How are they?
They're maintaining the gun line, but they're definitely getting twitchy because we're just sort of sitting here, and whatever was in there killed 9 of us, and they couldn't even see it.
Just going to. Let's see. Probably have a lieutenant commanding the thing. This is about. No, this is about. Yeah, this is about platoon size. But no, just make my way over to the lieutenant in charge of the platoon. Just, all right. Keep guns on them.
Aye, ma'am. If you don't mind me asking,
Make my way to.
if you don't mind me asking, what the hell was down here?
Xenos.
You're out of line. You're out of line, soldier. Bam.
No, just Xenos.
Hell of a Xeno that's doing this.
It's a competent Eldar, guys. Be careful.
Yeah, no, that's possibly the most dangerous thing in the universe. That's why they are the most broken faction, apparently. But no, just recite the hymnals of vengeance, and the God Emperor will aid you.
Aye, ma'am.
The rest of the platoon over to our Lord Captain.
Say again?
Making my way to the Lord Captain.
Alright. Iskander, Karen makes your way to you.
I'm just sort of at the edge looking down into this thing. What is it, Archmillicent?
Just whispering, just so the rest of the platoon doesn't hear. Just the men are getting jumpy. We've been standing around for 2 hours, staring directly into a crater where we don't exactly know what's in it.
I'm in line.
And so I'm gonna fucking finally feel this thing, and it's gonna try to possess me.
And give me a
But it's-
science.
Yes.
Give us a little
I'm
plus
real-
you've been focusing.
Okay, plus 30. I'm there. I do it.
You finally made it.
Thank you, GM.
On
Meanwhile, on that hour, just going to, if only to, boost our morale and probably pause in that crater, just going to lead the men through the litany of hate.
The litany of hate is what gives me my.
Would like to roll an intimidate for.
Go ahead.
I update just for anything in that crater. Yay! I was actually about to ask if there would be any bonuses for, having 40 some odd people chanting this thing about how they're gonna fucking gut you like a fish.
Yeah, you'd have a plus 20 for that, so yeah, no, it'd
I
be,
succeeded.
yeah. You succeeded pretty well. Now, Ramirez, as you're reaching out, you finally start to chase it down. You find what's been darting around in there, and you just feel it as you touch this thing's mind. It feels like the Eldar, but it feels like there's more than one in this thing's head.
I'm going to just attach myself, basically, and what are you?
The cold revenge of
Oh.
Cain.
The cold revenge of Cain seems to be hiding in a cloud of dust like a coward.
Prey hides, a predator stalks.
You're doing a lot of hiding then. Stalking would involve you being out here with us, but you're down there in a charred, broken hole of orbitally bombarded glass, just like the broken bodies of your people. I'm saying this out loud, by the way. I'm speaking out loud to this thing as I speak to it mentally.
Which, funnily enough, is what astronauts do.
Yeah. How little you understand, Monkai. If we wanted your necks, we would have them.
So you think. Tell me, is that gem shattered? Is that what you are?
How the Monkai wishes to know us. Soon. Very soon. We merely await the Autarch's arrival.
And what exactly is that, as I attempt an opposed willpower test to probe his mind?
If this is what this might actually work out.
So I'm trying to shove past any mental barriers into its mind and try to read its surface thoughts. Which is probably gonna suck, by the way.
You're fighting it, and it's putting up a hell of a fight, and you finally reach into its surface thoughts. And as you're looking at its surface thoughts, you can... It's very strange. The Eldar don't think like humans do. At least, not exactly like us. And just in his head, his surface thoughts are a mix between talking to you and 1,000 different battle plans for how he could play this scenario out. What is that?
You have...
An Autarch is the greatest among our kind. When she arrives, you are dust.
Greatest among a race of corpses. Now that's very intriguing. Is she better than the ones you left here to guard your so precious relic? The ones we left broken and battered corpses among the steps of this temple?
How like the Monkai, to revel in the slaughter of militia. You face true warriors now. And if I were you, human, I would flee with all the speed you can gather. When the Autarch arrives, we will carve a bloody trail through you.
And do I read anything of what an Autarch actually is?
When he says Autarch, there's a brief click in his head, and you get the image of this multi-faced being. It's almost a statuesque appearance, but with the armor on it is real, and each side of its head seems to have a different face on it.
So actually some Avatar level shit of a deific being. Well, that's very interesting, Xeno scum. Tell me, have you heard this one before? And I'm gonna scream in his fucking ear.
Dick!
Are you actually using Psychic Scream?
I'm actually using Psychic Scream.
Go ahead and give me...
Yeah.
You know, let's say, I wouldn't normally do this, but I'd advocate pushing it.
You know what? I'm gonna advocate pushing it. Can I push it?
I would normally require that you decide this before the test.
I'm pushing it to the extreme.
Right,
3.
So +3.
This is gonna hurt like a motherfucker. I want you to know one thing, Xeno. I want you to feel this. I want you to feel the wrath of a Monkai, as I probably fuck this up at saying that. Do I get a modifier at all, or no? With the pushing it?
So... You get... let's see... Focus power... That's plus
I'm
5
about to,
focus
like-
power score for each level of psi rating. So you're at plus 3, so it's 5, so it's plus 25 to your psi rating.
Oh God! And that's a D100.
Oh God, no.
Now, that also
Plus
means
15.
15 on the psychic phenomena table.
Okay, so that's plus 15. That's not. That is not a Perils of the Warp, though. Just barely.
So that is a 58.
I want you to feel my wrath. Feel the will of my false god, as your people call him.
So you feel this double creature that you're in contact with. You hear both of its voices scream in pain. There's a brief flash in your mind, and for a second, you're pretty sure you're seeing the warp through someone else's eyes before the link vanishes.
Oh, I just see what happens to us.
Oh, it's gonna be fun. So. Oh, shit, damn it.
Ah, he gave it away! He gave it away, guys!
Treasure that information whilst you have it. Anyway, so everyone within 8 meters of Ramirez, and Ramirez yourself, as you come back to your mind, you realize you and everyone with 8 meters of you is currently
10 meters in the air.
4 meters. So, 12 feet in the air.
Everyone brace!
And a couple seconds later, all of you come falling right back down.
And that's how we lost all our...
So, question. How far away was he from the platoon?
I would have sat a good chunk away. I'm not sure how much the GM would allow me to, but I would have sat at least 5 meters away, more if they asked me to.
See, it's not really their place to tell you what to do. So...
It is the Lord Captain's place to tell me what to do.
I probably would have had him do that far away and have someone watching him.
So, me and like 4 armsmen.
Yep.
No. Far enough away, because if he gets suddenly possessed, I want them far enough away to just fucking pop his head.
So, my bolt pistol is floating with me. I'm just like, up, mine. Yeah, I'm not just like sitting on the edge of the crater with everybody around me.
Hi, Jen! What's that? Everyone looks back. Karen, oh, what the fuck?
So is there like jungle around us, or like it's miles of desolation, right?
Yeah, no, this whole planet was a dried up dust ball to begin with, so...
Right, brace! And I'm gonna brace, or get ready to tuck and roll or something.
And Shane now needs to find where falling is.
Lord Captain, as I plummet towards the earth, I want you to know I hurt it.
I inspire him.
That's nice.
Actually, can I just see Michael, can you just roll damage, please?
Oh, that's what the 11 was.
Oh, was that the 11?
It's a D10 plus 5.
Oh, there
that was
it
the
is.
psi rating.
Okay.
Unless I add degrees of success, which do I?
No.
Well, I still hit him in the brain right good, sir.
So, falling. Characters can fall off things for all manner of reasons, so the results are usually the same.
Okay, just what is the damage?
It is 1d10 plus 1 per meter the character fell. So 1d10
Okay.
plus 4 damage.
Okay, do I get any sort of roll to mitigate this?
Nope. Armor
You get your
nope.
toughness bonus
Yeah.
against it.
Yeah, basically.
Alright, let's... Oh, I have my armor, too. Does my armor
No, your
save
armor
me?
does not protect you from falling.
I mean, it's cushioned. It's best craftsmanship, goddammit!
It doesn't help against
And
the
then a
entire
D10 plus 4 is rolled.
Roll the D10 plus 4. Let's fucking see it. Come on, I got a decent toughness bonus. I'm tough.
One moment.
That's when the 14 happened.
I got my neck.
Just need to get
I
somewhere
can
in
take
case
it.
I need this.
On the bright side, it wasn't 10 meters, where it probably would have killed all of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm tempted to roll my d10 and see if I can get a better result.
Oh, boy, oh. Well, you might want to do that because you're landing on your head.
I'd rather not, actually. A 2! Okay, what does a 2 get me? So I rolled a...
56
What,
or 60.
what did I roll? I rolled a 56 or a 60. Oh, yeah. No, actually, it's going to be a 28 or a 58, isn't it? Or no, that's not the D100.
Oh, no, you're right. Yeah,
It'll be 23 or 42.
Oh god.
Let's see here. 23 is spoilage. Food and drink go bad in a 5 to 10 meter radius. Or the other one was
42.
42. Spectral Gale. Howling winds rush around the site, requiring him and anyone within 10 meters to make an easy plus 30 agility or strength test to avoid being knocked to the ground.
You know, let's go with that one. That one was more thematic. It's more thematically cool with the fact that I just screamed in this thing's fucking brain.
Right.
So I'm gonna roll strength with a plus 30 to see if I'm knocked onto my back. I'm knocked onto my back. That was with a plus 30, everyone.
And it's everyone within 23 meters.
So everybody.
Basically everybody, yes.
Yeah, that sucks. Why can we not roll below fucking 70s?
Look, I rolled well when it matters, okay?
Give me a minute.
Hey, 22 of the guardsmen managed to keep their feet. The other 18 just went rolling around.
That was for Nameless Guardsman number 337. I'm sure he had a family somewhere.
Oh my fucking god!
Everyone is on their ass.
All the ones with rank fell on their ass.
Yeah.
Get up.
Notice.
I'm gonna try to get up. Did anyone get
Notice-
sent down into the crater?
No. Miraculously, nobody fell into the crater.
Oh, thank God.
The wind blew sideways. So.
Thank the Emperor.
And anybody who might have fallen in was quickly grabbed by their comrades.
Look, the litany of hate was cut short.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad I swapped
the
that
men-
out because I didn't want to break my neck.
The men were noticeably spooked that we were chanting, and then we almost all got knocked on our asses.
Just gonna kind of pant a bit. Whatever was down there, it certainly knows the scorn of our hatred now. But I would recommend we all make haste and prepare defenses. Mention something of an Autruk, some Xeno warrior. Apparently what we faced was militia.
Oh.
Aaron's still or whatever.
Right, we need to find a defensible location.
Yeah, fine. No.
Whatever's down there, it's strange. It's like it was like peering into many minds at once. It ran several successful battle plans against us and several failed ones, but it ran several at the same time, and that's worrisome to me.
Right. We need several overlapping lanes of fire. We need to find a way to push them our own corridors and plus cover, considering it's rather sparse out here.
I say we build a pile of dead bards.
Yes, but no, literally the entire time that is currently what Karen is doing. Just trying to order the men into a position, have find ways to funnel people into fire quarters, and actually have suitable cover.
So basically repositioning the Argus lighters for cover, and then just sort of fanning people out around them, basically circling the wagons.
I'm
Sorta.
gonna look to the
The
Lord
shop
Commander.
up top, actually on top of the Argus Lighters.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look to the Lord Captain. Sir, you may want to say something to bolster morale. These men will likely need it if we are to experience a battle against proper Eldar soldiers.
Ooh. I actually have a thing for this. Hold on, let me find it.
I'm wiping away. I'm wiping at the lenses of my mask. Just wiping away the condensation inside of the lenses because I am beating sweat. Because I imagine this is all fairly mentally and physically taxing.
Yeah, it's a bit of a thing right now. You know there's enemies coming, and you're just circling the wagons and trying to hold out and wait.
I'm drawing my sword. I'm drawing my pistol.
Because this is actually a legitimate Imperial prayer. It's slightly more meant for the forces of chaos, but it's still going to draw the men's attention. Also getting on top of the Argus Lighters and lead them in this. It's kind of long.
You're not kidding. Benevolent God Emperor, hear my prayer. In honor I
Benevolent God Emperor, hear my prayer. In honor I have served you, willing and without thought. I have fought in the blood and the mud of 1,000 worlds. In your name have I smote the enemies that would stand against your omnipresent will. Please, benevolent God Emperor, hear my prayer. Thy enemies now stand at the gate. The tides of darkness have come to destroy the bastion of the faithful. Their words are lies, filled with death and contagion. The masses seethe before our mighty walls. Their numbers are without end. I am but one small, guttering candle flame, standing before the gathering storm of the dark. I will not be able to hold. Most holy and benevolent God Emperor, answer my prayer. I have fallen before the all-consuming darkness. I fought until I heard death's clarion call. My life they took, my body they broke, but my spirit has remained true. This all seems very final, by the way. This all seems like we have fought.
Yeah, it does. Look, there's a lot of the Imperial prayers which are, look, we're
pretty boned.
It started off strong, and then it's like, oh hey, we lost, I'm dead, this is my spirit talking to you, God Emperor.
Gonna level with you guys. We might be a little boned.
It's effectively more or less with most Imperial prayers. They understand that what's gonna happen to guardsmen, but make you go. Yeah, I mean, if I die, fuck off. I'm gonna murder you back. And oh no, I get to.
I'm gonna just kind of stand beside a group of guardsmen and just act as the psyker, the bastion of faith that these men need. The bastion of mental fortitude. And try not to get possessed by a demon, by the way.
Witness the glory of the Emperor. Throw me. At any rate,
Basically.
the prayers have been said. Everyone is at their positions and ready. And from a distance across the plains and from deep within the shattered crater, you hear a steady wail. Some among you swear you've heard it before. And in fact, Karen, you